Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, let's talk about Jermall Charlo. Showtime finally announced their long-awaited schedule. Obviously, the best fight on the schedule, at least in my opinion, is the Brian Castano-Jermall Charlo undisputed fight. Jermall Charlo gets a chance to become undisputed and finally get a significant name on his resume. This is gonna be that's gonna be his best opponent. Unfortunately for Charlo, Big Charlo, the better fighter of the two brothers, he's getting a homecoming fight against Jaime Munguia leftovers. Now, I told everybody back in January, broke the news. This is the video right here if y'all want to check it out. That Charlo was going to fight Montiel as a stay busy voluntary defense of his 160-pound title. And it's a fight he has to take to stay busy while he's waiting for a big fight in the middleweight division. Obviously, that's what he wants to do. He's getting pressure for some strange-ass reason to fight David Benavidez, who has no belt and has not even the biggest name in the division. So it makes no sense for Charlo to move up to fight a guy that doesn't have a belt, isn't the biggest fight in the division, nor he's the biggest name. If Charlo's going to move up to 168, it's got to make sense. The fights that would make sense for him is a Caleb Plant fight for a title or a Canelo fight. Otherwise, it really makes no sense for Charlo to leave the middleweight division where he's campaigning at and where there's big names in the division. The question is his team going to be able to make those fights for him? And so far, they haven't been able to fulfill those obligations and trying to get those big names to entice them to fight Charlo. Look, he's going to have to go to the zone on a one-off and to see if he can get one of those big names. Now, a big name will eventually emerge for Charlo if he continues to campaign in the middleweight division. Now, this is the guy he's fighting, Montiel. He just recently knocked out James Kirkland. I'm going to show you what Munguia did to him. Made easy work of Montiel in less than 2 rounds. So this is going to be a barometer here if Charlo can do even a better job here to get this guy out of there faster than Munguia did. Now, Munguia is gunning for Charlo. He didn't take the Demetrius Andrade fight because he wants to fight Jermall Charlo. He wants to fight Gennady Golovkin. Those are better styles for him. Those are better fights in terms of action-packed fights. Those are, it's a bigger fight, more lucrative fight for Munguia to fight a Charlo or a Gennady Golovkin. Munguia's fight got canceled. It was just a disaster. 2 opponents pulled out. I don't know why the Golovkin fight's not happening. But I don't know. I got a strange feeling that Demetrius Andrade is going to get the Golovkin fight. I don't know. I got a strange-ass feeling. That's why Golovkin has no fight announced. Of course, there are talks about Murata unification, but that fight can't happen until at least later this year, around December time, because you have to quarantine if you go to Japan for 14 days. That's not ideal for a traveling fighter to try to put that fight in that time frame in the summer. So Golovkin's got to fight somebody. So it could be, I don't know, man. Maybe Andrade's next in June. Or a quick turnaround for Andrade if he wins against Liam Williams. But Charlo, I know he's gonna get some shit for this fight. David Benavidez talking shit, but that fight makes absolutely no sense for him. So I ain't gonna knock Charlo for not moving up to fight a guy who ain't got no belt and ain't the biggest name. So you might as well just stay busy against this Mexican contender. He's gonna look good in this fight. He's gonna knock him out most likely. And Munguia is climbing the rankings. He's looking to fight around June. Maybe that's Golovkin. Maybe it's not. Most likely it's probably not. But, if Munguia gets installed as a mandatory, and that's going to happen sooner than later, hopefully, I think Mauricio Sulaiman will do the right thing and activate that mandatory for Munguia. Munguia will take that fight. He believes he has that style is suited for him. Charles is an aggressive fighter, but he can box. He has length, but he likes to get in the pocket as well. Be a great fight. If Charlo can't get a Golovkin fight or a Demetrius Andrade fight, but after this fight for Charlo, he has to get one of those guys. The money is there, especially on the DAZN side. I mean, Charlo will make more money on DAZN for a one-off against Andrade or against Gennady Golovkin, or even against Munguia. I can see that fight happening later this year if Mauricio Sulaiman has the balls to call upon a mandatory for Charlo, who needs a big name opponent. And right here, this is the guy that fits the bill. That'd be a great fight, Charlo versus Munguia. Be a 50-50 fight and a huge fight for DAZN. Whichever offers the most money, but most likely will be DAZN. Oh dang, he just destroyed this cat. My man Munguia just iced him. Within 2 rounds, my man jumped in the quarter real quick. But yeah, Charlo's getting some shit for fighting this guy. It's a stay busy fight. What he's gonna do? Not fight? He needs to get in the ring, get busy. Coming off his biggest win against Daryevchenko. I mean, the thing is, even though Charlo's not getting the fights, like I don't understand the praise his little brother gets. I mean, yeah, now he's finally gonna have an opportunity to become undisputed. But that's only because he has all the fighters on his side of the street. All the fighters campaigning at his weight class are with PBC, so it's a lot easier for him. So it's a lot harder for Charlo, who's boxed out, to get these fights. But at the end of the day, Charlo still has better wins compared to Jermall. He's a better fighter compared to Jermall. He'll be in bigger, more significant fights compared to Jermall. And he's undefeated. And he won't lose. He would never lose to no damn Tony Harrison. So get out of here with that Charlo is doing it, that Jermall is doing it big. Man, the boy hasn't beaten nobody. He's the weakest unified champion in history. One of them. If he beats Castano, though, that'll be a legitimate victory. That'll be a real significant win at 54. And it'll be his best victory to date. And honestly, it would put him on the pound for pound list if he were to defeat Castano. But I don't think that boy gonna beat Castano unless it's a gift, unless it's the predetermined scorecards, unless they give it to Charlo, to Jermall. That's the only way I see him winning. I think Castano gonna give it to that boy and beat him up with that intelligent pressure that he got. To me, Castano is the best 54-pounder in the world, and he'll prove it when he fights Jermall. Gonna expose that bum. But Jermall Charlo can fight. The Demetrius Andrade fight is a bad style for him, but I would love to see it. A lot of bad blood. Andrade, if he looks good tomorrow, man, he might be on the verge of a big fight, man. I mean, Golovkin is making bank with his DAZN deal. The money is there for an Andrade fight. There's really no excuse for that fight not to happen. The money is there. He'll get paid significantly to fight Andrade. The money is there for Charlo if he wants to fight Andrade. A big fight has to be next. It's going to be a lot of pressure. Canelo probably won't be available. Who knows what happens in, later this year. The Saunders fight. But Charlo, in the meantime, will stay busy. This cat is coming off the knockout win over a faded over a faded Kirkland. Now he gets a title shot coming off that win. It'll be an entertaining fight for as long as it lasts. I see Charlo knocking this dude out. Can he do a better job than Jaime Munguia? That'll be a tough to one up on that performance. But there's really nothing to worry here. Charlo will eventually get a big fight, either by a mandatory bout, or there's just enough money to entice Charlo to come to DAZN to fight one of the big middleweights. But I see Charlo getting a big fight later this year, with or without Golovkin. It's just a matter of time for a Munguia Charlo fight to go down in a mandated title fight. Man, that would be big. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.